Residential sales comparison and income approaches, page 93. From poor functional utility if the basement access were through the garage. However, a finished basement with such access would probably yield a diminishing contribution for the finished areas, commonly identified through paired data analysis. The necessity and amount of an adjustment for functional utility is examining properties that had similar functional issues ideally and most that did not. Adjustments and reconciliation analysis, an alternative method sometimes used for supporting a functional property's utility adjustment, is to develop a cost to cure. Determining the E requires a costing analysis. This will be discussed in a later chapter. The cost to cure is relevant and appropriate when cost to cure the appraiser has determined the adjustment would reflect a typical buyer's thinking. In other words, the typical buyer would base his decision of the present value of the property with curing the functional utility issue and keeping the costs related to curing in mind. Personal interviews and communication with others, such as real estate agents, who interact with buyers for such properties, is helpful when weighing the applicability of a cost to cure adjustment. With like quality, condition, and appeal, while quality, condition, and appeal previously were identified as individual categories, it is appropriate to handle them together at this point in the text. It is recognized that each of these physical components usually addresses different aspects of a property. However, the message of caution for the appraiser and the methods for handling the property's quality, condition, and appeal factors for the purpose of an adjustment are quite similar. The determination of the condition of a property is made by comparing the property to other properties in the neighborhood. Quality of the property's overall appeal and components can be determined in much the same way. This may not be too daunting of a task, as common sense can usually dictate when one property is better than another in any of these categories. Good judgment skills are required. However, there is a particular caution the appraiser must exercise when considering the quality, condition, and appeal. Avoid subjectivity. You, the appraiser, are not buying the property. Your subjective opinion is irrelevant. As simple as it seems, this is sometimes difficult. Quality, condition, and appeal factors usually are rated as fair, average, good, etc. The appraiser should have and present a factual and reasonable basis for his determination and remain consistent throughout the rating process. Expertise in rating these areas is something that can be acquired only through experience and market competence. An acceptable alternative in some cases might be to use simple ratings of inferior or superior. Read in the 8th of September, 1893, 8 p.m.